We are here with Nikki Simpson at the Richmond Tattoo Convention in Richmond, Virginia. Nikki, can you tell everybody where you're from and what shop you work at?
My name is Nikki Simpson, and I work at Grit and Glory in New York City.
So Grit and Glory is an unusual tattoo shop?
Yeah, Grit and Glory is a little bit different. It's half boutique, half tattoo shop. So Grit and Glory actually started as a clothing store, and it's more kind of selling a lifestyle, selling a brand that's, really around rock and roll. But I'd say in the last 6, 7 years, we added tattooing to it, so it's kind of just selling the whole looking cool rock and roll tattoo lifestyle.
How much input do the artists at Grit and Glory have on the apparel?
Actually, a lot of input. I mean, all of us have the availability to make any design, and then it can be sold on the Grit and Glory website. They're very open to us wanting to have as much creative control with their brand, because they see the benefit of us being artists, that it's all one encompassing thing. So, I mean, we've made shirts. I've made shirts with Grit and Glory before. If anything, I should do it more. I just need to do it.
How long have you been at Grit and Glory?
I've been at Grit and Glory for about 2 years now. I was guesting there for about a year, and then been working there full time for a year.
Where did you tattoo before that?
Before that, I've been at a few places. Before that, I was upstate in Westchester at Addicted to Ink for about a year. And then before that, I moved from LA, and I was working at Roman Abrego's Artistic Element and at Generation 8 Tattoo. Both of them are in West Hollywood.
So you worked on both West Coast and East Coast. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about the difference in the tattooing style or the tattooing culture between the coasts?
Yeah, there's a huge difference between East Coast and West Coast tattooers. I think the West Coast really appreciates a lot of the black and gray kind of Chicano style. You're not going to find a lot of quirky, new school, illustrative, colorful things as much as you would on the East Coast. I think the East Coast really does value a lot of traditional, just because, you just see the trends throughout each and every state. I feel like I've kind of come into my own in New York more than anything, because I think my artists or my clients here kind of identify with my style a little bit more. But when I was in LA and no one tattoos the way I do, it was a good thing that I stuck out kind of like a sore thumb.
So you were on Ink Master and Ink Master Angels. Prior to being on those shows, I mean, like, how much has your clientele changed from being before and after being on that show?
It's a circus now. It's completely crazy. Ever since Angels, everything just kind of took off. I mean, Ink Master really helped a lot, but Angels has just skyrocketed shit to ridiculousness. And if anything, I'm excited because it's brought a lot of opportunities. I can go places I never thought I would go. I meet people I never thought I would meet, and I can tattoo anyone in most countries, and that makes me feel, really accomplished that I can meet so many people and that my work is stretched that far.
We talked to Maggie Massacre last year, and I think she was telling me that she can tell based on her DMs of when the show's being syndicated in other countries, because she will get a flood of DMs.
Yeah.
On just talking to her about the show.
Yeah, there's some conventions that I go to in Europe where it's not as crazy. There's no lines around the corner for kids to meet me, and then there's a country next to it that have a line around the corner, like Spain and Portugal. My show didn't even air in Spain, and then a week later, Portugal was like, "You were in Spain? Oh my God, we had no idea." But the show had just got flooded with all the seasons in Portugal. So now I'm like, well, I guess I should go to Portugal now. It's a good thing to know, because then you know where you should go next.
I can't imagine. I mean, it has to be exhausting physically, just meeting so many people over the course of a weekend.
It can be, but usually it's just all good energy.
Yeah, everybody's super nice to you. It's just so many people want to meet you.
Yeah, it's if anything, it's humbling. It makes you realize, like, man, I have made some kind of a difference, and I feel good about myself now.
Like to meet you.
A lot of them are little girls, and I've been a little girl before, and needed someone to look up to back then. And if anything, it makes me feel really good. But if it's a big old immersion of happy, good positivity in a weekend, it's tiring, but like it makes me happy.
It has to be a good feeling knowing that you made somebody's weekend.
Oh, I love it.
Like,
I love it, man. Like
that
I've been that kid before.
Yep.
I'm still that kid sometimes when I go to certain conventions. I'm like, holy shit, that guy is over there. And I'll come over and just be a nerd like, hey, I really love your work. Thanks. I just talked to him, you know?
It's like meeting your favorite sports player almost with tattoo artists.
Or musician or something, yeah, exactly.
So you're probably inundated with inquiries and requests from potential clients. Can you talk about how you go about picking out your work that you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I really like to stick to my style just because the more I do my style, I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to enjoy the tattoo process more, and my client's going to get a better tattoo from me. And there's a lot of different tattoos that people want from me that aren't necessarily my specialty. But it's kind of better to, instead of just turn them away, a lot of times I'll suggest somebody that specializes in that tattoo style. That way that person's going to get a new client, and that person is going to get the best possible tattoo. Say someone comes to me for American Traditional, but I have a really good friend that's really good at it. I'm going to have you go to that person because I don't need the money. I don't need to do more tattoos that I don't know how to do. I already did Ink Master. It's fine, you know.
Do you typically try to recommend to other people at Great and Glory, or?
Yeah, I mean it's polite first. It's good to, you know, suggest things to people in your shop, like as someone else to go to. But I'm not gonna hide any artist from any client. You know, if I know that there's someone better for the job,
Yeah.
go that way, man. Here's his Instagram.
All
This,
that matters
you know.
at the end of the day that the client gets the best tattoo possible.
Yeah, and that artist gets another client. It's a win-win.
So you're opening a new shop soon.
Yep.
Can you talk about that?
I'm opening a new tattoo shop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It's called Everblack Tattoo Studio. We are teaming up with Clean Slate Laser, and they're one of the, if not the biggest laser company in the Northeast. They're the best, and I'm really excited because it's just going to be more of a private-based, appointment-only kind of studio, very peaceful, but it's going to be focused around lasering and custom, calm environment, you know, something very different from the typical street shop thing you see in New York, or at least in Brooklyn a lot. So,
What's the estimated opening date?
I hope to be open around the new year. I'm hoping. I'm getting married in November, which is not very far away, and there's a lot of, thank you, and then there's the Ink Master stuff. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I just know that the next place I work at, other than Grit and Glory, it's not going to be for any other artist. Megan's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for any other person than her, other than myself.
Having talked to Kelly and Gia, I know, Tattoo Snob knows Kelly and Gia fairly well. I know that the travel schedule for Ink Master Angels was just absolutely insane. You guys were always on the road.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine between trying to tattoo full time, being on the road full time, and personal life, there's just not enough time in the day.
No, there's not. There's not even enough time to tattoo on the road. Everything is surrounded by your filming schedule. And personal life, there is no personal life. It's gone. It's at home. Your personal life becomes that world with me and the girls in the filming crew. These filming days are like 12, 14-hour days, and if you get any time to relax, it's so you can go to bed to be on time for the next shoot the next day. But it's 2 months worth, and it's worth it.
Is there any reason why you're including a laser studio inside your new shop?
Because my fiance does laser. That's really the only reason.
Yeah, Guru Tattoo has a big laser studio in their shop, and it's super nice because somebody's going in there to get lasered. Well, they're going to look at the portfolios of the people in that shop then, so it kind of helps keep everything in.
It's beneficial. I mean, a lot of people get lasered to lighten their tattoo, to cover it up with something better. So it can be a one-stop shop if somebody comes in getting something lasered, and then you have a really good artist. Oh, look, their portfolio's right there. And then we can keep all of the business within one thing.
Exactly.
I knew that's Aaron Delavadova, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, Aaron did my right arm. Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He's
fantastic.
nice. And that shot, Guru is just
I haven't been there yet.
Such a great shop, and he's got 2 locations, and it's just packed with great artists.
Yeah.
If ever gets a chance.
I will soon. I love San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego's a spot to live in America.
I was there recently, and I went and got tattooed at Grand Reaper.
Wow, who'd you get tattooed by?
Justin Hartman. I know. I got my Justin piece. I'm sick.
Jealous.
Yep.
So your fiance works in lasering. Have you been lasered at all?
Nope.
How crazy are New York's laws on lasering? Because I know, I believe with San Diego, Aaron has to have a registered nurse.
Some states are like that. New Jersey's like that. New York is not.
Yeah.
You have to have a medical professional on staff at all times. So really, you're having to pay somebody with a degree, like a medical degree, just to be there to supervise or to do things. In New York City, no, you don't need that. You just have to be certified by the state.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know it varies state by state, but I was just curious.
Yeah.
So you're apparently obsessed between Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and Disney?
Anything fantasy, I really love.
Do you have any Game of Thrones or Disney tattoos?
I have a Little Mermaid tattoo. I have a tattoo of Cersei from Game of Thrones. I have the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. I have 2 poems from Lord of the Rings on me. I have... Fuck, man. It's a lot. There's a lot more. I plan to do more. I love nerdy shit, man.
What's your opinion on the final season of Game of Thrones?
It was bullshit. Yeah. It was bullshit. It's one way to completely ruin the best series ever. But in the end, Cersei's my favorite. And she ended up being a better ruler than anyone in the end. She stuck around. She stood up for her city.
I haven't seen enough of this
Damn
show.
it, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I tapped out.
The viewers will get it.
I tapped out about season 4.
It's all right.
Right after King Joffrey died, I quit watching. Not for any particular reason.
That's when it gets good.
I just quit watching.
Oh, it's okay.
It wasn't anything personal. I just fell out of it. Who was the last person you got tattooed by?
Justin Hartman was the last person. Yeah.
Are there any artists that you like? I want to get tattooed by him or her. That's my.
Yeah. Definitely plan to get a tattoo by Nico Hurtado. There's some portraits I really want to do, and he and I have discussed that. It's just I got to book it. There's just so many things I'm busy with right now. Brennan Herrera is someone I'm really into right now. Yeah. Everybody is biting his shit so hard.
He did a alien tattoo on the hand.
God, he's so good. And he's so young. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. I mean, people like him are amazing. I've already been tattooed by him before, but he's another person that people are sleeping on is Rooster at Deer's Eye in California, in LA. He did a portrait for me, and he's one of the best artists that are not getting as much recognition as needed. There's a lot of people. If anything, I started tattooing in Arizona, and Arizona birthed people like Josh Hagan, Carl Grace, Justin Hartman. There's a lot of people that come from that part of the country. Yep. Even San Diego, I'll lump it all in one thing. The Southwest has a lot of really good artists.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a matter of luck whose art is getting out there more than anything. And it's a matter of trends. There's some tattoo trends out there done by people that aren't very good, but it's trendy. So good for them.
Tattoo trends. I mean, I love looking at blackout work. And I know everybody has their own opinion on it, but it's just, I know it's just.
Black out, like blacking out something completely?
Yes.
I mean, you don't got to be skilled to do that.
I know, but it's just one of those trends that is popular now that just isn't. It wasn't popular years ago. And
to each his own, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So if you were going to give advice to a young Nikki Simpson or a fresh tattoo artist, career advice, maybe a work-life balance advice, what kind of advice would you give?
Don't think you're going to become some rock star. Honestly, only a few people get lucky and get to do crazy shit, and if anything, that was not my intention in the first place. I just wanted to be really good at what I do, and it took a lot of discipline. Do an apprenticeship. Do it properly. Put your client's health first. Don't try to do things all on your own because you're going to fuck somebody up. and learn that there is a lot of respect that you got to earn in this industry. You're not just going to get it out of nowhere. You got to bust your ass. I've been tattooing for 9 years, and I feel like it's finally beginning to pay off. Like I'm finally beginning to find my style at, I'm starting to finally not hate the tattoos that I do. Just work hard, don't get a big head, and if you want to find a shop that'll take you and you get the door closed on you, find the next door. Just keep working, but don't settle for anything. And, once you can have a career like this, it's the best job in the world. So treat it very carefully.
Who are some tattoo artists that you think people are sleeping on right now?
I mean, yeah, I think that...
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. I think I already mentioned them. Yeah, those people are just insane. Like,
yeah.
And even walking around this expo right now at Richmond, there's some people here where I'm like, who is that? Oh my God, that guy did that?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
I came here last year and met a few people like Tyler Black Casket.
Yeah.
Came here last year, didn't know who he was. Richard Smith introduced me to him. The guy is, him and Angelo are doing incredible work.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the remaining part of 2019? I know you're getting married.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
Working on a new shop. What else are you going to do during your free time?
Well, I have to go to Barcelona. Okay. So for the next few weeks oh my God, it's a lot. So doing the Ink Master finale, that's in a few days, and then working on the shop, and then we're doing Barcelona in October. That expo, that's an amazing expo. I'll always want to go to that. The artists there are just insane caliber. I just go to gawk, honestly.
Yep.
To gawk and to get inspired. And then we get married in November, honeymoon, and then go back to opening the shop. And hopefully we're going to be open around December, January. And it's just not going to stop from there. If anything, it's going to be... What now? I always want to have something new and busy to work on. Otherwise, I feel like I don't know what to do with my hands. I need something to do. So I'm sure I'll find something.
So if people are interested in tattooed by you, how should they reach out to you?
The best way is just Instagram. Look at my Instagram. There's a link there. Just email me. It's Nikki Simpson Tattoos. Very simple. Not very simple in there. It's just Nikki Simpson Tattoos @gmail.com. And just be really descriptive of what you want. Know what style that I do. That way your inquiry is going to be taken to the top of the list. And yeah, it's just pretty basic.
How far out do you book?
I try not to book out far because I like having a life. I'll open my books for about a month or two at a time, and then I'll close them. So maybe 2 to 3 months out.
That seems about average.
Yeah, any more than that, then it's like, you don't know where you're going to be in a year from now. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. You can get sick, anything. So 3 months tops, just email me. It's really, really easy. So.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with us today. We're big fans of your work. We always enjoy seeing work from you, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you at the Richmond Tattoo Convention.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.